Hey, Skip, I know you wondering, why aren't your eyes as dark as Michael Jordan? You can see his eyes dark because he be on that yak in the miles like I do.
Because you don't actually smoke one?
No, see, what I do, I sleep with a Billy Rubin blanket. You know, when babies are born with jaundice, they put them in that Billy Rubin. You know what I'm talking about, Joey. I sleep with one every night, make sure my eyes nice and white, teeth nice and white. You know, so that's what I do. That's why I'm like that. But anyway, back
I hope Michael's watching right now, and he learned how to.
You should send him a blanket.
Yeah, I need to send him a Billy Rubin blanket.
Is MJ right?
He is. Trash is a little harsh though, Skip.
Garbage.
He should have said recyclables. You know what I'm saying? He's absolutely right. And what has transpired, Skip, is that when Michael played, guys couldn't move like this. And guys are willing to move now. And he's like, well, why would a guy leave 30 million or 40, 50 million on the table? Because guys are getting 20 and $30 million shoe contracts to help offset some of the money that they might be leaving on the table by going to a better situation. You got Klay Thompson. Now, he just signed an $80 million sneaker deal, basically $10 million a year for the next 8 years. So he's looking at it like this. Now, I could go somewhere and I can make 35 million a year, or I can stay in Golden State, win probably 2, 3, 4 over the next 8 years and make 28 million. 35, I'm not going to win. 28, I'm going to win. And guess what? Still, everybody's still going to know who I am, because look at Russell. Look at the market that he's playing in. Do we not know who Russell is? Can Russell not go around? He has a global brand, and that's what we're seeing. These guys, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. This is what I like. The NFL, we have no idea who's going to the Super Bowl. None. Zero. We thought the Patriots, we talked about it, they won the Super Bowl, they geared up in the offseason, seemed like they got strong on offense and defense. We are 5 weeks, we still don't know. We feel very comfortable in saying Golden State's going to be playing someone from the Eastern Conference, and it's probably going to be Cleveland or Boston. That's where we are. Skip, we haven't even played a game. We're 5 games into the NFL season, and we still don't know. They haven't wrapped up the preseason in basketball, and we have a fairly good idea. So the fans in all these cities that are not Golden State, that are not Cleveland, that are not Boston, they're excited. But what about, like he's talking about, he knows Charlotte never going to compete. Brooklyn, these teams are not going to compete because the big superstars are not going to go there unless there are other superstars. How do you attract them? You're not winning. You don't have a superstar. So what Michael said is absolutely right. Was he harsh in his critique? Yes. But he told the absolute gospel truth.
I can't tell you how much I disagree with every point you just made. But let me get back first to Michael Jeffrey Jordan, whom I got to know and covered in Chicago when he was not just a Bull, he was the Bull and the player in the history of this league. In the history of sports, I've never been around a greater competitor, a greater performer under pressure. And in those days, that Michael Jordan would have said to this, bring it on. You know, I'll just stay here by myself, and you guys load up over there, and you load up over there, and I'll kick all your behinds.
And he
just
wasn't
bring
beating
him here.
And he ain't going to beat him.
He would have beaten him.
Oh, do you remember what happened with the Big Three Chicago?
Yeah.
When they were loaded up, he couldn't beat them.
No, you mean the Big Three where?
In Chicago, in Celtics.
In Celtics.
And when the Lakers had that thing going.
He was just a child. He was just starting, and they were veterans.
Do you believe, with that team, the way they constructed right now, Golden State, you believe Michael Jordan could have beat that team?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, my goodness, Skip.
Hey, then you don't get it. You don't get what this guy was. If you had, he still had Rodman, and he still had Pippen, and he still had Harper, and I have never seen a more suffocating defense than the '98 Bulls played. You couldn't get the ball across half court against him, and I would say good luck to this Golden State team, just on toughness. They couldn't have stopped this guy for sure.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
He would have terrorized
Are they
this team.
playing '98 rules, or are they playing current rules?
'98 rules.
Okay, well now, that team, with '98, you couldn't put that team together, so.
So back to your point you made about New England. I've been doing this for a long time, and every time you say somebody is a prohibitive favorite, life always happens. And I'd never seen anything like how prohibitively favored New England was coming into this football season. Now, the injury factor is a little higher in football, just a little higher than it is in basketball, but there's still an injury factor. Now, I'm knocking on wood. I'm not wishing it on anybody. But when you least expect it, an injury happens. Julian Edelman's gone for the year? Oh, wait a minute. Dante Hightower, he tore. I think he needs knee surgery. He's just trying to gimp through it right
Well,
now.
they moved Skip. He played middle. Now they put him on the edge.
It's just he's not right.
Okay.
So he's the driving force of the defense, and all of a sudden this happens, and Gronk's not quite right as we suspected he might not be right, but they look like they won the Super Bowl and won the offseason, and it still doesn't matter because they're, what are they, 3-2,
Yes.
and they're tied with the Jets and tied with the Bills, and now people are saying the Jets have a shot to beat them this Sunday at Jets.
No, they don't.
Okay, well, they don't. I agree, but that's where we are right
Yes.
now because that was the prohibit. No team has ever been a bigger favorite in the National Football League than this team was coming into this year.
Correct.
Whoa, interesting. So now let's get down to 28 garbage teams. So I assume Michael is suggesting that you got Golden State in the West and you have, I guess he means Cleveland in the East,
Correct.
period, end of story. So do I give the San Antonio Spurs a shot to win it all this year? You better believe I do, and I'm going to get back to them in just a second. Do I give Houston a shot this year to dethrone? I give them a shot. Do I give Oklahoma City a long shot? I give them a long shot. And in the Eastern Conference, do I give Boston a shot to dethrone the Cavs? Yes, I do. Do I give the Miami Heat a shot? Just a shot.
Yes.
Is it realistic that they could compete with Cleveland?
Yeah.
The aging Cavaliers. You want to talk about injuries waiting to happen? I'm knocking on wood. I'm not wishing it upon them, but you got so many aging veterans. Things could happen. Things can go wrong. Chemistry can't happen. Dwayne's kind of on his last legs. I don't know what's going to happen with them. They're all teetering. LeBron's in his 15th season, so you can't book it. You can't book Golden State. And here's what I'm going to remind everybody of this because nobody wants to accept it. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals last year. Get this through your head. It's San Antonio at Golden State, where, by the way, San Antonio won the first game of the last regular season by 29 points. So they like playing there. They are up 23 points in the third quarter. Why was that? Because Kawhi Leonard had a coming out party last year and turned into the best two-way player. He used to be the best defensive player only, but last year they finally convinced him, shoot it! And he was shooting the hell out of it because he'd scored at that point in Game 1 at Golden State 26 points with 8 rebounds. He had made all 11 of his free throws because he makes all of his free throws. In Game 1 last year, he made 15 out of 15 free throws. He was dominating the team that you says is invincible. Really? So he gets hurt. Zaza Pacheep shot happens, and he's gone for the rest of the series. You can't tell me San Antonio would have just folded the rest of the way. They would have won that game, and I would have loved to have seen Game 2 at Golden State because it would have been a barn burner. All the pressure on the home team. Let's see if they'd fold.
You see, the difference between football and basketball is if I get you down like that, I win a game. It's over. There is no tomorrow. I do not see a team in the Western Conference beating the Golden State Warriors 4 games over a 2-week span. And that's what Michael is talking about, Skip.
You know what? Here's the amusing part of Michael. So once upon a time, he was the greatest player in any sport ever. Then 11 years ago, he took over the Charlotte franchise. And guess what's happened in 11 years? Michael Jordan could not do upstairs what he could do out on the court because they have made the playoffs 3 times in 11 years, and they've gone out in the first round all 3 times. And over that 11-year span that he's been running that franchise, they have the 5th worst record in the entire NBA, tied with the New York Knicks. So, as I always tell you, the greatest players often make the worst upstairs, the GMs, the personnel directors.
Yes.
So Michael's not very good at building a championship team in Charlotte.
Skip, if you look at it, look at Coach Belichick. Coach Belichick got right twice. He got Tom Brady, but he didn't know what he had with Tom.
No.
And he got Gronk in the second round. But you look at the rest of his picks. It's not like every year he hits. Now, you look at Ozzie Newsome. He drafted 4 first-ballot Hall of Famers. He got Ogden, he got Ray Lewis, he got Ed Reed, he got Terrell Suggs. Skip, you never know. You hope like, okay, this guy can't miss. You don't know. I don't care what the sport is. You really don't know what you have until you get that guy in your locker room, in your uniform, and he has to go into the
I know, but look at what R.C. Buford has done in small market San Antonio, a guy who, by the way, didn't even play in college.
Yeah.
So how does he know? How does he know game tape? How does he know what to do? He hits and hits and hits and hits. He hit on Kawhi Leonard. He went and stole Kawhi Leonard from Larry Bird.
Yes.
Right?
That happens sometimes. It's kind of like Coach Belichick stole Tom Brady in the 6th round. If they thought Kawhi was...
That wasn't a steal, though. That's just luck.
Yeah.
That's just like you don't know, or you'd take him in the 2nd round.
Yeah, well, then what if you thought Kawhi was that? Why didn't you trade up earlier? Why didn't you trade up
Because
earlier?
that's the best you could do. You're trading for what were they? Probably 29 or 30.
Yeah, well,
coming up?
you should have gave up 2 first rounders this year and the next one. They didn't know. I mean, Skip, it's easy to say because the way Kawhi, you can tell me after averaging 7 points his first year, you saw this Kawhi? Or can you say after averaging 14? No, come on. Skip.
I watched him at San Diego State in the playoffs and the NCAAs, and I didn't see this.
Exactly.
But R.C. Buford did, and he saw it in Tony Parker, and he saw it in Ginobili. Look at him. Saw it in Patty Mills. Look what he does. Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Unless Michael was talking about the Charlotte Hornets, which I'm assuming he wasn't, I don't think I would imagine I'd like hearing that if I was on the team.
He ain't like everybody. They know all he did was say what everybody else was afraid of.
I know, but he's the owner of the team. You can't say that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But maybe, you know,
but you know when
maybe he was like the Warriors and the Hornets are super teams. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.